That's it. Slow down there, mate. Just put in neutral. Neutral. Oh, no. Stop, stop, stop. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Neutral. I'm in neutral.
Go, Nige. Go that way.
Righto.
Be careful with the cans, mate. Up the way. Wait, Nige. Hold it, hold it.
Neutral.
Oh, wait. What's going on here, bro?
This week on the AFN Fishing Show, Nige heads out on the Mufasa to catch a trifecta with a difference. Can the boys manage one blue marlin each, or will they be left scrubbing the decks?
Today we're fishing out of the Gold Coast with the boys from Mufasa. We've got two objectives today. First, Nige has never managed to land a blue marlin, so we're here to try and tick that box. And second, we're after a trifecta. If we manage to achieve those, we end up eating sashimi bycatch, hopefully, with a beverage. If we fail, all of us are scrubbing the decks. Now, there's a little catch. The trifecta we're talking about, you billfish guys are used to a trifecta being 3 different species of marlin in one day. Well, this trifecta is a bit different because it means Nige is going to catch a marlin, Glanville's going to catch a marlin, and Jaden's going to catch a marlin. The tricky bit is when Glanny's fighting a fish, Nige is driving the boat, and when Jaden's catching a fish, Nige is deckhand.
Interesting.
While you're processing that, I'll let you think, what could possibly go wrong?
That's going to be random. We're going out fishing for blue marlin today, and as you know, the ocean's a massive place. So what we do is we use the rip charts, which basically is ocean data, to try and pinpoint some sort of a location that we're going to go target for the day. You know, it's a lot easier. For finding a blue marlin is like trying to find a needle in a haystack when you're looking at how big the ocean is. So these charts basically give us an area that suggests, hey, there should be fish around here. So one of the first things I look at is altimetry. Basically what the altimetry is upwellings and downwellings in the ocean. So the place where you want to be is on the 0 line where the upwelling and downwelling meet together. So these big red areas are basically like ocean deserts. And they basically pulling all the food down to the floor, you know. These blue areas are like they're pushing bait fish up to the surface. And where you get it where that line meets in the middle is basically where bait fish congregate and the big fish chasing them, you know. So ideally what we're looking for is that 0 line on the areas we're fishing. So I want to go somewhere around here today. That's the perfect altimetries. Yeah, well, leaving port in the morning, I sort of we obviously looked at the forecast before we left, and yeah, the weatherman was forecasting 15 to 20, and as they do, they get it wrong from time to time. So we were dealing with 20 to 25 knot conditions, which makes it hard just fishing in general, let alone trying to run around with a camera and throwing people who've never done this kind of thing in before. Like myself and Jaden work super well as a team, and we know we've each got our own jobs and we know what we need to do, and when you sort of mix it up a bit, and it leaves for a bit of confusion and leaves you guessing, and I suppose everybody's just got to listen and be on the ball. We've got 5 different lures, and basically what I'm trying to achieve out of the lures at the moment, got a few different color variations, and basically 3 different styles. So a couple really aggressive lures in close, which basically raise the fish. One very silent lure. Sometimes you get the fish that come up and they're a little bit sus, and they'll often eat that. And then one mega aggressive lure way back, which basically if you get a bite and you miss it, the one right at the back will pick it up. So we're traveling at about 7.5 knots is my favorite speed. Don't want to go too fast and you don't want to go too slow. There's a sort of happy medium that too slow your lures don't work well, too fast your bites are too aggressive and you miss a lot of fish. So 7.5 knots for blue marlin I've found has been premium. So it's a big ocean to cover, so you want to try and find a particular area to fish, and keep an eye on the spread in the meantime, and wait for the music. Right, Jaden, let's just sort Nige out in the harness, man.
All of a sudden, reels start screaming and everybody just jolts into action. Deckies flying around, the skipper's barking, lines are coming in. And now I'm suddenly trying to get rigged into a harness with 25 knots of southerly, a swell bouncing us around, and a big marlin doing its best to get to New Zealand.
There he goes, right to the ship!
Go! He's out towards that tanker. Way out there. Woohoo! Yeah, the tanker there. Splashing on the tanker, in front of the tanker. There he goes.
There he goes!
There he goes!
There he goes! Woohoo!
Woo! Trying to guide him around this ringer.
I've got your back here, bro.
Watch out, Data.
Just wind it, dude. Nice work, mates.
It all happened fast, Glenny.
That's what it's all about, mate. She was a feisty fisher. She took a bit of line, eh?
Took a lot of line.
You see, the trick with them Nige is to try and get them before they go down like this.
Yeah, righto.
She'll still be nice and green, those fish, which is good. He zigzagged on it and then just smashed it, bro. In the ocean, it's messy.
You good, Jada?
You're gonna have to fight him off the corner then. Bro, I thought we were gonna have trouble with that ship at one stage.
Yeah, I know, he was charging it.
Hey, I was like, oh, wow, we're gonna get cut off on the ship. Bit of manic action there, chap.
Oh man, wasn't it? Wasn't it ever? Quietly taking in this not so placid ocean. All of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Yeah, now you start to see the importance of your crew. When you're chasing fish like this, instruction. I've played with Marlin before, but none of the big ones. These guys do it every single day. The lessons they give you, so very, very critical. It's the way Glenny drives the boat, the way Jaden's getting the harness sorted out, the way they tell you to work the harness, getting lines cleared, watching tankers.
No, it's a bit close now. Nice and easy on him now, Nige, not to do any jerky actions. If the hook is in his pull, it can get pulled off the end of the pull pretty easily. So just nice and smooth, take it slow. Use the waves, mate, as the swell goes down, wind, and then that's it, awesome. Righto, wind down with the swell now, that's him.
Get a fish that you've dreamed of as a kid, the blue marlin. And finally gets a tangle with one. It's taken a lot of years, Jado. I've come close a few times, I don't want to call it yet.
That fish must be super close, Mark. I'm hoping it's going to come up here now.
Oh.
Nice fish, mate. Woo! She's a better fish too, mate. She's a better than average.
Right, Jado, what do you want me to do?
Nice work, man. Woo! That's him. Ew! Get a wrap right close by. Nice work, man. What an awesome fish, dude. Good, let it slide, man. There she goes. Yee-hoo! That was sick, boys. Well done. That's awesome.
Nice work, mate. Good fish.
How cool is that?
Woo! Let's go get another one, boys! Super stoked. We just got an awesome fish there for Nige. It was probably about 170 kilos, and man, it just tore the ocean to shreds and went absolutely wild, which is part of the reason we come catch blue marlin, because they are so exciting to catch like that. And yeah, we just got the spread back out. It's looking super good. We've got heaps of bait here at the moment. There is a few birds around, and we've got a bit of a different program happening at the moment. We've got Nige is going to be grabbing the leader on this one, which could be somewhat interesting, because it can be intimidating grabbing a leader of a marlin at times, especially when they get to the boat. They can go pretty wild, so it's be an experience. And Jaden hasn't been in the harness for a while. He's been helping people in the harness for quite a while, but no, it should be fun. It's going to be a laugh for sure.
Nice work there, mate. Nice fish. So, here's the gloves, mate. See if they can fit you.
So now the real work begins.
All right, so you got to be pretty careful with these fish. If they are at the boat and they're green, they could be real dangerous, especially if you're wrapped up.
Yeah.
And I'm all right, but if I won't tangle you up, but it can be dangerous if I have a hard line off the rod to your hand, because then you're caught in between me and the fish. So there'll be none of that. And these fish, as you just saw, they go wild straight up. So when we get them to the boat, they're usually pretty docile. So we won't, for you, inexperienced sort of heavy tackle fisher, we won't wrap. safest way and easiest way would be crimp.
Okay, so no wrap, I just...
No wrap, just crimp him in, and then when you feel like you got him, as soon as you're close enough, grab his bill and don't let go.
Don't let go.
Don't let go. Then he's all yours.
He's on yet? See him?
Is he still there?
Yeah. Sit on it. Got him?
There he is.
Yeah.
Oh, double.
What do you want to do?
And we hadn't gone that long and all of a sudden one reel has screamed away and I'm excited now thinking here we go, and then 2 rods have gone and all of a sudden everything's in chaos because now I'm thinking what happens now? Thankfully one of those fish has fallen off and I just had to then focus on get the gloves on, skipper's barking at me, Jaden's getting ready in the harness, and my game as a decky is about to start.
One. Go.
You're right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
There he is. I gotcha.
Those gloves are there when
Yeah, mate, yeah. You right?
Yeah, I'm all good.
I'm going to put him on, all right?
Yeah.
Being in the situation of you're suddenly a decky, being asked to hold on to a 100 kilo plus fish. Now, I've leaded smaller fish before, black marlin in that 50, 60 kilo class. They're nothing compared to these 150 kilo fish. Suddenly, via a 600 pound leader and a pair of gloves, under the direction of a skipper that expects you to know everything, you've suddenly got to dictate terms to a fish that doesn't want to come to you. And the pressure on your hands is massive. You only get one shot at grabbing this bill, whole lot of pressure, fingers are going numb, and so much can go wrong at this stage.
Righto, what do you want me to do, Jado?
Yeah, you're right.
Righto. What do you want me to do?
You're right now, mate. Yeah, all good.
You ready? Yep. Take her. Keep it tight, Nige. Keep it tight. There she comes. Wind up that little bit of line, Jaden. Wind up that line. That's it.
When Nige was on the deck, I think the thing I was most worried about was on the leader. Obviously these fish, they change directions in seconds and the boat doesn't move as quick as it can. Glennie tries to, but sometimes it can go pear-shaped real quick, and we were lucky that fish was sort of docile by the time it come up, and he had an easy one on the first leader, but we'll like to see next time, see how he goes on a green one. Got him there, Nige?
Ah! Oh, there she goes. Woo! Awesome stuff. Good effort, guys.
Nice work, mate.
That was awesome.
Far out. That's empowering them.
Yeah.
How good was that?
Well, that's wicked, man. That's awesome. I can't believe we got 2 today. It's rough conditions, but the fish are biting, man. That's so wicked.
2 fish in the Goldie, 2 different blokes.
Oh, mate, it's been a challenge, but it was a bit spicy, that last one.
Well, mate, it's going to take a little turn for possibly the worst now because I haven't driven this before and you're down there.
Yeah, this is going to be somewhat interesting. So
I know you're a little bit nervous about me looking after your baby, but
yeah, big time. So I suppose we're just working this sort of 200 to 250 meters. I suppose if you just you'll see in the chart there, just keep in that same area. I'll go and get this harness wired up together, and
I'm going to drive it like I stole. No, not like I stole it. Like I'm really, really cool with it.
So yeah, man. While I'm in the harness, I'll just give you a heads up on what to do and
Big chats.
where to go, and we'll knock us over.
There's a nice big patch of bait right now, mate.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's looking good. I'm sure we're going to get another one. There's still plenty of time in the day, and we've got a tide change coming up soon too. So
Well, good luck down there.
oh baby, here we go.
I won't need any luck up here, promise. No, ring neutral. Ring neutral. Shout at me, Glennie. Tell me what you want me to do. Reverse.
That's it. Slow it down there, mate. Just put it neutral. Neutral. Oh, no. Stop, stop, stop. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Neutral. I'm in neutral.
Straight on. Straight that way.
Righto.
Be careful with the cams, mate. Not too slow. Wait, guys. Hold it. Hold it.
Neutral.
No, wait. What's going on here, bro? No, wait. What's going on here, bro? Okay, great on.
Glennie's now hooked up and the dynamic has changed massively. I'm sitting up high on the deck, usually where there's a skipper barking orders at people. He's down there barking at me, telling me which way to turn. I neglected to tell him I don't know left from right. And now I'm on a throttle lever that I'm not sure when I'm in gear and when I'm in neutral. And when you turn around left to right and you suddenly have to reverse to look at the deck, everything changes. A bit like driving a remote control car. You can drive them away okay, then when you've got to turn around and bring it back to you, that dynamic changes. So it's a very confusing situation that I'm now in.
Slow it up.
I'm in neutral. Do we go forward? I'm in neutral. You right? Right, I go forward and starboard. Neutral now. Leader. You! You go right, Skip.
Catch him, Marlin.
Hey, mine neutral.
The way I think Glennie dealt with Nige being on the wheel was pretty much just put it to sunset and get it up the boat as quick as possible. You know, get back in his wheelhouse up there. He never leaves that place. It's his home. I think he'd sleep there every night if he could.
If you can imagine this weekend getting your local sports team, cricket team, netball team, soccer, rugby, football, switch all the positions and see what happens. The enormity of the task we set out to achieve probably won't settle in for me over the next few years of fishing. Just to go out and catch 3 blue marlin on a day in the Gold Coast is a huge task alone. The Hawaiian game fish crews talk about catching 1 blue marlin in 3 days as a great achievement. But then to go out, catch 3 and get everybody on a game fishing boat to change roles, the enormity of that challenge was huge. And the next few years of fishing were probably allowed to sink home just what we achieved on this day.
Woo! The dynamics of a day's fishing on the water have always intrigued me. Today was an experiment where we played with the team and a heavy game crew. And the crew of Mufasa have come through with flying colours, a skipper that can find fish anywhere, and a decky that handles it no matter what he's thrown into. So boys, well done. We haven't got the sashimi I hope to have, but hey, I'll take 3 blue marlin any day of the week, and we'll see you on the water somewhere else. Cheers.
Dave does tend to get a little bit fragile, and on this day, the conditions did get the better of him. He changed a few shades of colour. He was decidedly white, and then he decided he'd let go of a little bit of his food over the deck at one stage. The word harden up may have been used a few times. Good hosing sometimes helps, we find. It's a harsh way to come back to reality, but sometimes that's what people need. And hopefully that's the last time you get seasick, because we have zero tolerance for seasick cameramen on our place, okay?
It's Bill Klassen here from The Fishing Show, and if you like this instructional video and want to learn more, it's simple. Go to fishingshowtv.com.au and see a whole host of additional videos.